What's up, XDefiant fans? It is Preach as always. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 quality of life features that I think need to be added into XDefiant immediately. So, quality of life are things that may not necessarily impact the gameplay itself, but just your everyday use of being on the game in the app of XDefiant. These will range from things that will impact everyone to things that don't have much impact at all outside of my own enjoyment. But make no mistake, number 1 will benefit all of us. Before we jump into the list, if you guys like this video, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. Alright, so jumping right into this, I want to start with something that can impact every player and could help players learn and get better at the game. So, for number 5, we are still missing kill cams in XDefiant. We've been told that kill cams will be coming to the game, but they've been saying this since launch back in May, and here it is, October 1st, with no kill cams in the game yet. I know for some of you this won't matter at all, but sometimes it is nice to know if somebody was chasing you, or what kind of visibility they had from their angle to see you, things of that nature. Learning how you were killed can be a good tool to help you learn how to avoid a death like that in the future, or to take advantage of a sightline that an enemy used on you. I have no idea how hard it is to code something like this into the game, but I do hope that it comes very soon. Moving on to number 4, we need a private match or a custom game area where we can go and explore maps, shoot bots, or play against our friends. This can be a great tool for learning specifics about the maps and improving at the game by shooting at moving targets that can fire back as opposed to the stationary ones in the firing range. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very glad the firing range is in the game and that it gives you damage amounts when you shoot. Like, you get a number that pops up that tells you the damage you did so that you can see where each gun does what kind of damage depending on where in the body you shoot, things of that nature. It's very good to have that, but still it would be good to be able to go in and shoot against targets that are shooting back and moving that's not necessarily in an actual match. This also allows you to 1v1 against your buddies or have groups of friends play against one another, because right now there's no way to play against your friends other than queue up separately at the same time into the same playlist and just hope you manage to get put in the same lobby and then hope you manage to get on opposite teams. So there's no way, if I have 5 or 6 buddies that play, to just have a 3v3 match against each other right now. For content creators, this also allows us to go and get clean map and gun screenshots without having to try to do this during a live match. That segues nicely into number 3, and that is we need the ability to turn off our in-game HUD or our heads-up display. This is useful for those players who prefer the immersion of only having gameplay on the screen, as well as content creators like myself, who are currently having to crop every screenshot to eliminate the HUD that is over top of way too much of your screen. Now, I like my thumbnails that I create, hopefully you guys do as well, but they would be better if I didn't have to crop out the bottom few inches of every weapon because the HUD is too difficult to just edit out. Which actually segues perfectly into number 2, and that is we need an option to perform weapon inspects of our gun. That puts it out in a nice viewing angle for all to see, similar to how Call of Duty does this. I actually would like them to implement this in a very similar fashion to that of the beta for Black Ops 6, where even if your HUD is turned on, a weapon inspect removes the HUD and gives you a nice clean picture. Now, players have always loved weapon inspects, but this is another one that really benefits us content creators, as this typically gives us a nicer looking picture of our weapons than taking a screenshot during a reload or any other type of animation. Now, as I promised, number 1 is something for everybody. I know these last few have been very content creator driven, but I must admit this will still make for better thumbnails and better looking content for me as well. So number 1 is we need more weapon skins in the shop. Like, seriously, we need there to be more than 4 to 5 options at a time to go in and purchase. So right now, if you were to go into the shop, the things that are available to purchase is like 5 to 6 different weapon skins individually, and then the gold season 2 bundle that won't last, the battle pass, and then you can buy X coins themselves, but you don't necessarily have much to spend them on outside of just battle pass tiers or the 5 or 6 options that are in the store. Instead of 4 to 5 options at a time, it needs to be a vast array, like an online mall of weapon skins. Think CSGO and all of their weapon skins. Instead of 4 to 5 total items, it needs to be 4 to 5 skins per weapon in the shop at any given time, and then keep adding to this and don't remove them. Once you put them in the shop, leave them there in case new players come into the game and they see that skin and want to buy it. That way, no matter what playstyle is your favorite, there are plenty of options for your weapon of choice. And this is crazy to me that this doesn't already exist, because they want us to spend money on the game. It is a free game, but they want us to spend money, increase their earnings. They're saying that XDefiant didn't make as much as they had hoped during this most recent quarter, and that Ubisoft is underperforming because the new Star Wars game, Outlaws, isn't doing super great. So if they're wanting to make money, one of the best things they could do is add to the store. They want us to spend money on the game and increase their earnings, yet there isn't much available right now to spend money on. Supply the demand, Ubisoft. There is a demand, but we're not experiencing supply and demand. We're experiencing no supply and a lot of demand, which I understand generally allows you to charge more for things because, oh, hey, they finally put something out, let me buy it, and we just spend money no matter what the cost is. But that's A, a little bit shady, B, overall is still having less money spent because there's still less stuff to buy. If there were 20 TAC 50 skins in this game, I would probably have purchased 10 of them by now. But there's not. So put things in the store for me to buy. I'm sure other people would love it for their weapon of choice as well. So I just don't understand the logic by only having like 6 things in there at a time, unless they just don't have the artists to work on it, which I know a lot of people that do good graphic design. Call them up, hire them, do something, because this is ridiculous. Anyway, that wraps up the list for today. Let me know what you guys think about the list and if there are any quality of life features that you think are missing from the game. Let me know in the comments section below. As always, if you liked the video, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Preach out.